forte temporale a San Tomé.
Heavy hailstorms in Ciry le Noble. A particularly heavy storm hit Saône-et-Loire on Wednesday afternoon. As announced, the southern region of the Saône-et-Loire department was particularly affected by the storms on Wednesday afternoon and early evening. The Azé and Digoin regions were particularly affected on Wednesday after several tens of millimeters of rain fell in a matter of minutes. In the Mâconnais region, hailstones of 3 to 4 centimeters were recorded. The D994, the departmental road connecting Digoin with Gueugnon, was temporarily closed due to the excessive number of vehicles blocked by fallen trees and branches. It is strongly recommended to save everything that can be saved. Heavy rain is expected within minutes. The Saône-et-Loire department has been placed on orange alert this Wednesday, August 27, 2025, starting at 2 p.m. instead of 4 p.m., as originally announced by Météo France. Météo France has placed the Saône-et-Loire department on orange alert this Wednesday, August 27, 2025, starting at 2 p.m. Starting Wednesday afternoon, strong thunderstorms will develop in Auvergne and then move into Saône-et-Loire, also reaching the Jura starting in the late afternoon. Within these storms, we expect very heavy rain every hour, 20 to 40 millimeters per hour. Other strong phenomena are occasionally possible, such as small to medium-sized hail and wind gusts of up to 70 to 80 kilometers per hour. A new wave of thunderstorms is expected Wednesday night in the same department and will continue overnight, Wednesday into Thursday, which could result in rainfall accumulations of 50 to 80 millimeters over the entire episode. If these phenomena occur, you should remain vigilant, limit your movement, stay away from trees and bodies of water, protect property exposed to winds or potential flooding, and take shelter in a sturdy building. A particularly strong storm hit Saône-et-Loire on Wednesday afternoon. As previously announced, the southern region of the Saône-et-Loire department was particularly affected by the storm on Wednesday afternoon and early evening. The Azé and Digoin regions were particularly affected on Wednesday, with several tens of millimeters of rain falling in a matter of minutes. In the Mâconnais region, hailstones measuring 3 to 4 centimeters were recorded. The D994, the departmental road connecting Digoin with Gueugnon, was temporarily closed due to the excessive number of vehicles blocked by fallen trees and branches. It is strongly recommended to store all items that can be stored. Heavy rain is expected within minutes. The Saône-et-Loire department has been placed on orange alert this Wednesday, August 27, 2025, starting at 2 p.m. instead of 4 p.m., as originally announced by Météo France. Météo France has placed the Saône-et-Loire department on orange alert this Wednesday, August 27, 2025, starting at 2 p.m. Starting Wednesday afternoon, strong thunderstorms will develop in Auvergne and then move into Saône-et-Loire, also reaching the Jura starting in the late afternoon. Within these storms, we expect very heavy rain every hour, 20 to 40 millimeters per hour. Other strong phenomena are occasionally possible, such as small to medium-sized hail and wind gusts of up to 70 to 80 kilometers per hour. A new wave of thunderstorms is expected Wednesday night in the same department and will continue overnight, Wednesday into Thursday, which could result in rainfall accumulations of 50 to 80 millimeters over the entire episode. If these phenomena occur, you should remain vigilant, limit your movement, stay away from trees and bodies of water, protect property exposed to winds or potential flooding, and take shelter in a sturdy building. In Ciry le Noble, the hailstorm caused extensive damage. Many homes had holes in their roofs from hailstones larger than 4 centimeters. Windows were shattered, vehicles parked outside were dented, and gardens were completely destroyed. Agricultural fields, especially vineyards entering the ripening phase, suffered extensive damage. Farmers' estimated losses could reach millions of euros, as this year's harvest was threatened. In the city center, firefighters received hundreds of emergency calls within a short time. Many basements were flooded, while several roads were flooded and impassable to small vehicles. Power was cut in several areas after power lines were knocked down by fallen trees. Ciry le Noble resident Marie Dubois described the terrifying situation. The hail was so loud it was like stones being thrown at the roof. We had to evacuate to the basement for fear of breaking the windows. In less than 15 minutes, the yard was covered in thick, white ice, like in winter. Meanwhile, a motorist stranded on the D994 described how the storm reduced visibility to near zero. I couldn't see anything ahead. Heavy rain and hail were hitting the car windows. Luckily, I managed to pull over, but many other vehicles were trapped because fallen trees blocked the road. Local authorities immediately deployed more than 200 firefighters and engineering teams to address the storm's impact. They focused on clearing roads blocked by fallen trees, evacuating stranded residents, and securing damaged buildings. In Digoin, a temporary sports center was used as an emergency shelter for residents whose homes were uninhabitable. The French Red Cross also stepped in to provide logistical assistance in the form of blankets, food, and clean water. The local government has urged residents to stay home unless absolutely necessary. Public transportation on several routes has been temporarily suspended for passenger safety. In addition to hail, the extreme rainfall has also increased the risk of flash flooding in several low-lying areas, particularly near the Bourbons River. River levels are rising rapidly, approaching the warning level. If the heavy rain continues overnight, several villages along the riverbanks may need to be evacuated. The agricultural sector is predicted to be the hardest hit by this disaster. Saône-et-Loire is renowned for its wine and other produce. With widespread damage, many farmers fear the loss of their annual income. Local farmers' associations have urged the local government to immediately provide emergency aid and compensation. Media France warns that these dangerous weather conditions are not yet over. A new wave of storms is possible until early Thursday, with the potential for additional heavy rain, intense lightning strikes, and strong winds. Residents are urged to remain vigilant, follow official information, and not believe rumors or false information circulating on social media. The hailstorm that struck Ciry le Noble and the surrounding area on Wednesday afternoon demonstrated the fragility of infrastructure and human activity in the face of extreme natural phenomena. The combination of heavy rain, large hailstones, and strong winds caused widespread material damage across multiple sectors. Recovery efforts will be lengthy and costly, while residents will have to contend with uncertain weather conditions in the coming days.